Welcome to Poll School. I'm Laurie Hall, Marengo County's probate judge and absentee election manager. Thank you for taking the time to attend these trainings. Also, thank you for your service to your county, state, country, and fellow voter as a poll worker. You will be receiving training from our election systems company regarding your duties on election day, in addition to training regarding the machines and equipment that we utilize. I am providing this video to you to give you additional tips and to possibly fill in some of the gaps that may have not been covered in those training sessions. Now let's begin. Our inspectors in Marengo County are to arrive at their voting locations no later than 6 a.m. on election day. All other clerks are to arrive no later than 6:30 a.m. Upon arrival, inspectors should check the location for power and also check to be certain that they have received the ballot machine, AutoMark, election supplies, and safety items. The safety items will include masks, face shields, gloves, sanitizing spray, hand sanitizer, individual pens and stylus for the voters to use to check in the poll pads and also to mark their ballots, pink 6 feet apart distancing signs, and other safety items. Please utilize these safety items that are provided to you to keep yourself safe on election day. But please note, voters are not required to wear masks to enter a voting location. If a voter requests a mask, you have been given some extras, so you are certainly offered the option to give a voter a mask if they request it, but they are allowed to enter whether they wear a mask or not. Also, if a voter indicates that they have been sick or have symptoms of illness, we cannot turn them away and will simply ask them to consider the option very discreetly to vote in a safer location that is further distance away from the voters so as to keep our voters safe. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to me. Prior to 7 a.m., the time at which the election is open, all of our inspectors and clerks are to work together to be certain that everything is set up so that your voting location runs smoothly for the day. You need to consider placement of your check-in station and your poll pads and your ballot machines and your voting center so that you can be certain that voters may enter and exit while remaining a safe 6 feet apart distance. Also, please be certain that you complete your ballot accounting form before 7 a.m. This is the bright yellow form on which you account for the types of ballots you receive and the number of ballots that you receive. Again, please remember that the poll pads and your ballot machine may be moved, so you may need to make adjustments throughout the day to keep the flow of your voters smooth and to keep them a safe 6 feet distance apart. Also, before 7 a.m., be certain that your AutoMark, your ADA machine, is set up and ready to go for use. Before 7 a.m., please check the times on your ballot machine and your poll pad to be certain that they are correct. These will have been checked before they are sent to you, and they should be correct, but I ask that you please double check and then make sure that you open the polls at 7 a.m. No one is allowed to vote before this time. If you are checking a voter in the poll pad and you note that ABS or absentee is written beside a voter's name, this means they have applied for absentee ballot, and the only way they can vote at your location that day is by provisional ballot. For any provisional voter, please be certain that you spoil the ballot before giving them the ballot and their privacy envelope. This ensures that they are not able to process the ballot through the voting machine. If any person needs to vote provisionally, you are welcome to reach out to us or the Board of Registrars to ensure that that is the correct option for the voter before you begin the process. All provisional voters must sign in the provisional clerk's book to keep up with the roster of people who vote provisionally for the day. If a provisional voter requires assistance, this will be noted in the clerk's book or the roster. For any other voters requiring assistance, once they have made it clear to the poll worker that they need assistance, any person may help them with the voting process except for their employer or their union rep or agent. If a voter requires assistance, this must be noted in the poll pad, and the assistant must sign in. If it is not noted until after the voter has checked in that assistance is needed, you may go back and amend the check-in by following the instructions that are provided with your poll pad. Please also note and remind your voters that there are items on the back of the ballot for the general election. These items include constitutional amendments and a local Marengo County amendment. Again, please remind your voters to vote both the front and back of their ballot. For a general election, there is a write-in option available to voters. For a voter to use this option, they must complete the oval and then fill in the name of the person for which they wish to vote. They must complete both of these for the vote to count. Also, in a general election, all Democrat and Republican and other party candidates are all listed on the same ballot. A voter may select Democrat or Republican or other party candidates at their choosing. If a voter decides to vote straight party ticket, for example, a voter chooses to vote straight party Democrat, but wishes to vote for a specific race for a Republican candidate, they may do so, and that vote will count. This works as well if a voter chooses a straight party Republican ticket, but wants to vote for a Democrat candidate in a specific race. They simply need to fill in the oval beside the candidate in the specific election that they wish to vote for, and the rest of their votes will go towards the straight party of their choosing. If you have any questions, please again reach out to us at the probate office or call 295-2210. Thank you for your service, and God bless America.